And we're back for another episode. In this episode, we're going to be doing the level 65 Bard quest in Final Fantasy XIV. And as always, hello from Mithrie. So we are here in Castle Morens in the Fringes at 8:10, and we need to talk to Sansa. So the quest is called One Autumn Secret. Sansa is poised to pounce upon Norval. So we've continued our surveillance of Norval's activities. It's beyond the shadow of a doubt that he has an ulterior motive. In order to find the tome, it's past time we took our search to the field, but always he finds an excuse to stall. Whenever I suggest investigating this ruin or that, he'll inevitably claim that we haven't enough information, since plainly doesn't want us out there. Nay, the bastard wants all the outside goodness for himself. But try as we might, we haven't been able to find out where he sneaks off to. Warier than a bird, that one. Meanwhile, the masked bandits continue ambushing Alliance patrols, and they always know exactly where and when to strike. It's as though they have insider knowledge of patrol routes. The only explanation being there's a mole in the garrison leaking them intelligence. And who could the mole save for Norval? Every move of his marks him as the prime suspect. We know little and less of Norval's plot, but it can only lead to ill. We must needs bring it to light and swiftly before he can do any more harm. To that end, Guidalot and I have been keeping Norval close, allowing him no chance to act. By now he will be positively itching to rendezvous with his accomplices. And this is where you come in, Mithrie. We need you to feed Norval some false information that I am in an alliance meeting and Guidalot a drunken stupor. Our man will not pass up the chance to sneak out, and he is like to do so with greater haste than usual. This will afford us an opening to shadow him to his destination. Drunken stupor, really? Not so flattering, I know, but you cannot deny that it's believable. Now then, Mithrie, pray go to Norval and plant our misinformation. Once you have done so, come and meet us outside the castrum. Alright, so do we have to go far? Not really. So, let's see. So, let's talk to Norval, tell him the lie. And then we'll see what we need to do going from there. Both of them unavailable, and there I was ready to strike out on the trail of a promising lead. Well, disappointing though it is, the search will have to wait. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some business to attend to. So, join Sansa outside the castrum. Okay, so again, it shouldn't be too far. Yes, right there. So it's curious to play Bard again after all this time. Definitely is. It worked, my friend. Norval rushed out of the castrum not a moment ago. He was headed east towards a ruin called Gaia Kihim. Guidalot trails him even as we speak. Come, let us join the chase. Okay, so we have to go a bit further now, so let's catch up to them. Okay, so we caught up with Guidalot. So, duty calls commence battle for One Autumn Secret. So, it's a good old-fashioned tryst. Let us have a peek, shall we? We have it, my lord. Turned it up amongst his retainer's possessions. So, at long last, Gilbard's journal, and not a moment too soon. I just about outstayed my welcome at the garrison. When that adventurer caught us falling upon the patrol, I had feared that the game was up. But thankfully the other two were blind fools. all this time watching me, and they didn't see a thing. We've only skimmed the tome, but it seems that you were right about what happened to Lord of Vainshalon. Was there ever any doubt? Once we return to Gridania and make this knowledge public, none shall harbour so much as a shred of sympathy for Alamigo. That shall pave the way for us to propagate Lord Versionolt's will and advance our agenda. Alas, we've uncovered Norval's purpose, and the tome is right before our eyes, no less. Commander Heliox spoke of a faction that vehemently opposes our aiding Alamigo. I dare say we found them. But how did Norvaland come to lead such a crew? And what is this talk of Vainshalon? And what the Gridanian general sung about in nigh 100 songs, who led our forces against Gilbard in the Autumn War? Only to die from an illness before the fighting was over. Aye, the very same. Having lost his leadership, we would have lost the war entirely had the other nations not come to our aid. I don't know about the rest of you, but it seems to me that our damning little secret pertains to Vainshalon. And Norval seeks to use it to stoke the fires of anti-Alamigan sentiment to some sinister end. This cannot be borne. We cannot let them have the journal. Are you with me? Cool. Okay, let's take out the minions first. I'm still trying to understand the rotation again. Let's keep up this bite every 45 seconds. Okay. I heard his grunting in the distance. Need to remember I have second wind, so I can heal a little bit. Basically, I don't need these little ones picking off my team. Okay. Oh, jeez. I'm surprised how intense this fight is. Considering it's just a mid-quest. Huh. GG. So, perhaps you are not such blind fools after all. Very well, take your journal. I take it, read it. Know the vile crime the Alamegans committed against Lord Vainchalon, against our own blood, and see the folly of aiding such honorless people. What do you mean, your own blood? Did I mishear? Did he just say that Vainchalon was his ancestor? Aye, that's what it sounded like. Vainchalon, the folk hero loved by all, celebrated in countless songs, and that pain in the rears his descendant. Never would have guessed. Any road. We've got bigger concerns. Let us see what this musty old tome's hiding. I think I read that wrong. But what else is new? So, to Vainchalon, I extended an invitation to negotiate peace. The meeting must be in secret, I explained, for not all of my officers share my view. My opponent accepted and arrived at the appointed hour. Peace. Everyone knows that they weren't no peace on offer. The hell's this about? So, wait, it continues. Without suspicion, he took his seat, and without suspicion, he drank the poisoned wine. The effect was swift and sure, and within moments, the man lay dead at my feet. Wait, Vainchalon was murdered by poison? To this day, Lord Vainchalon remains an object of worship among many Gridanians. Were they to learn of this, it would pose a serious and ongoing impediment to diplomatic relations. There's no denying that some Alamegans did some terrible things in the past, but what Noval's trying to do ain't no better. Might be as he's after the truth, but nothing good will come out of this, and certainly not any decent songs. The truth, tell me, Guide a lot. When we surrender this journal to the superiors, what do you think they would do to the knowledge? The Seatira side, I reckon the brass hats at the Yada's Nest would have to cover it up. Bury it nice and deep and pretend it never existed. Nor would I put it past them to exploit the knowledge to gain leverage on the dealings with Alamigo. But whatever they may do is none of our concern, is it? Duty compels us to hand the journal over to headquarters. You're the leader of our merry band, Sanson, and the duty compels me to obey your orders. And shite though often they are, you decide whether we hand over the journal or not. Guidelot would entrust this decision to me, but what of you, Mithrie? You should decide, we all should decide. Yes, that would only be proper. As a leader, mine is the burden of decision. At any rate, this ain't the place for moral dilemmas. Let us get ourselves back to the Castrum afore Naval and his mates decide they want to have another go. Alright, let's talk to Sanson. So Guidelot has disappeared somewhere in the Castrum, giving me room to ponder matters I shouldn't doubt. I've since read, though, Guilebard's journal, and I'm afraid that there is no two ways about it. He summoned Venchalon under the pretense of peace, and then slew him with poison. However, one mystery remains. It appears that one of Venchalon's sons was present at the fateful meeting. Landernell was his name, and he narrowly escaped with his life. But instead of crying bloody murder, he announced that his sire had died of illness. Here is a man who witnessed his own flesh and blood slain, and in the most underhanded manner, yet he concealed the truth. Why did he do this? I do not understand. But it avails us naught to antagonize over the motives of those who have lived in the past. Nay, our quandary concerns the future. For the future of both nations, and the truth is best kept buried. No good can come of digging it up. 'Tis crystal clear what must be done. And yet, though my mind sees the logic, my heart rebels against the idea. Forgive me, Mithrie, it seems I require more time to think on it. Cool. And the next quest should be 68. Alright. So, anyway, guys, that's it for this episode. Thank you for watching, and as always, goodbye from me, and goodbye from Mithrie. Bye, guys.